Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I want to talk about Hyros, the tracking system that's blowing up the internet now that Facebook is crashing. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, right now it's January 2021, and tons of people's Facebook ads accounts are just going down the drain because of updates that were made to a bunch of different browsers that are causing Facebook ads to not be able to track the way they normally could. So a lot of marketers like myself are looking for a solution to track their ads and a lot of their other marketing activities online. And recently I started really digging into Hyros to figure out what it's all about and if it could get the job done for me, as well as a lot of other people I know in the industry that are trying to make money using paid advertising online. So if you're interested in that, I know it's something a little bit different for this channel, but it's huge for me and my business. So I figured I'd share it with you guys if this is something that's interested for you. If not, you're probably on the internet and just search Hyros tracking and are trying to find out if this is right for you. So you're definitely gonna wanna stick around and watch this video. All right, so Hyros, what is it? Basically, it's a system to allow you to track sales attribution. So basically figuring out where sales are coming from in terms of all the different things you're doing for marketing online. So this could be Facebook ads, Google ads, organic posts on Instagram, emails you're sending out, anything. You want to track to know what's selling product in your business and what marketing channels are really worth the time and effort. Now, this is a problem as old as time or as old as the internet. It's called sales attribution. It has to do with where sales are coming from on all these different channels. The problem traditionally with sales attribution is it really comes down to two things: your credit system and your attribution window. A credit system just means how you're giving credits to different pieces of content or ads. So for example, if someone sees your ad and then goes to your site and purchases, that's something that's known as a view through conversion. They just saw your ad and they eventually at some point decided to buy something. Now, the other main type of credit that we use is a click-through conversion. So this is when someone clicks on an ad, goes to your site, and then buys something. These are the two main types of credit that we use. Now, the next thing is the attribution window. How long can pass before we decide that, that ad is no longer relevant and doesn't give credit? Right now, the majority of ad systems use a 1 to 90 day credit window, meaning anytime within that period that someone sees your ad or clicks on it, they would give it credit. And most systems allow you to adjust this. A lot of systems like Facebook originally had a default attribution window of 28 days, meaning that anytime that someone clicked on an ad, within the next 28 days, if someone came back and purchased something, Facebook would say, yeah, that was my ad that did that, I'm gonna take credit for it. So you can kind of start to see how there's a lot of problems with the ways that some of these ad systems were tracking people. Another great example is on Google. Many people run a default view through window of 30 to 90 days, meaning someone could just see your ad and 90 days later purchase something. And there's a possibility, if you had it set that way, that Google ads would take credit for that. So in an effort to avoid a lot of these problems, many different systems come up with a custom attribution model, meaning how you're giving credit to those different ads and the time window that you're allowing them to take credit for those things. Getting back to the original topic, why does this all matter for Hyros? Well, instead of a lot of systems which just show you what's going on with your ads, Hyros actually goes all the way to the bottom of the problem and decides to have its own attribution modeling system, which means its own way that it's assigning credit to all the different marketing channels in your business and its own way that it's adjusting that window where you're giving credit to those different channels. Instead of allowing all these different systems to come up with their own answers as to which ads are taking credit for sales, it models them all together to make sure that you're not getting duplicate credit given to multiple different channels, making you think that you're doing better in your business than you are. In addition to modeling that data for you, it then actually feeds that corrected data back out to the ad platforms that you're using so they can optimize based on this correct attribution model. In addition to that, now that you have this model, you can see it in your business and assign your marketing efforts accordingly to those channels that are going to perform the best. So this is huge. This is something hardly any software I've worked with does. Most softwares just take the data, display it to you in a way that looks pretty and makes it easy to maybe reason about where those things are coming from, but they never get to the heart of the issue, which is modeling attribution based on the best data available to us. Now, ultimately, the heart of this problem truly lies in the idea that assigning credit for any sale is something that you could only know if you could look into the mind of your consumer when they're making that decision. They probably don't even know if they're purchasing something based on the ad that they saw a week ago, clicked 2 weeks ago, or the blog post they just read. Truthfully, this is something that's going on subconsciously in the mind of the consumer, but as marketers, we need to model it as best as possible with the data that's available. Ultimately, this review is a long way of saying that Hyros does that to the best of the current ability that most of us would have, especially at the price point that you're getting it for this type of software product. After originally being skeptical and then digging in, looking through some of the documentation, testing Hyros on a few accounts, I'm now super surprised to say that it's the best attribution modeling software I've used right now. And I think short of having your own data team, building your own marketing database, and having a way to pipe that data back into some of these ad platforms on your own, this is definitely going to be the best software you can get to model attribution in your business. If you're someone that's spending anything over $10,000 a month in ads, I think it's definitely worth it to start looking at. Certainly once you get past the $20,000 to $30,000 per month in ad spend mark, it's definitely time to look at a solution like this and at least consider Hyros if you're not already using something else or don't already have people working on your data. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review of Hyros. If you couldn't already tell, I have a very high opinion of it and definitely recommend it for people running a lot of paid advertising. I definitely recommend it for agencies. And if you'd like to find out more about it or for me to go in depth about any of my experience with it or features that I am familiar with, just make sure to comment below letting me know what you want to see and then get into a little detail on your question and I'll make a video about it. If you enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you're notified anytime that I come out with other videos just like this. And if you haven't already, check out some of the other videos on this channel or on the ATTN Labs YouTube channel where I normally do this type of more in-depth talk about technical subjects and things having to do with marketing and marketing agencies. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got something out of it. And as always, thank you guys for watching.